Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Burney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, where we break down the latest ASX announcements from public companies that are doing interesting things. Today's Bulls and Bears report is brought to you by Impact Minerals, ASX code IPT. I'm Matt Burney and I'm joined now on 6PR by the Managing Director of Impact Minerals, Mike Jones. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Matt.
Well, Impact Minerals is a WA-based mineral exploration company with projects in the revered Lachlan Fold Belt and the Broken Hill region in New South Wales. The company recently turned its focus closer to home after it made applications for around 2,000 square kilometres of ground across the emergent southwest mineral field, and just recently it announced the acquisition of a drill-ready gold project to the east of the Kambalda Mining Centre. Mike, your new project, I believe, is known as the Dunia project, about 75 kilometres east of Kalgoorlie. What's your geological theory out there? Why did you pick it up?
Well, we did a review of the eastern goldfields following the massive discovery that De Grey Mining have had up in the Pilbara, and that was an out-of-the-box discovery there in basically a style of gold mineralisation that people hadn't believed could exist up in the Pilbara for many decades. And so we reviewed the eastern goldfields with the same sort of model in light, and we came across some interesting geochemistry on a piece of ground that was available and had not been staked under anybody's tenement. So
this is
we put an application in.
So this is the intrusive style mineralisation. Is that what you're talking about?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Hemi is hosted by a certain set of intrusions, and which were mostly undercover up there. And lo and behold, within a short period of time, they've probably defined something that's going to be in excess of 5 million ounce size. So a very, very significant discovery.
So the big question: what makes you think there's any gold at your Dunia project?
Well, as it turns out, Western Mining Resources, WMC Resources, that I used to work for, in fact, did some work there in the late 90s, well after I left, I might add, and they had discovered a significant soil geochemistry anomaly for gold, but tested it only very lightly with drilling. And when we looked at in detail at the patterns that we could see, it's like, there might be an intrusion here hosting gold, and we should take this ground up, and it's almost an immediate drill-ready target.
So it's a soil anomaly, is that right? And if so, how big is it?
So the core of it for gold, plus also there's some bismuth associated with that gold, is about 2.5 kilometres long and up to 1 kilometre wide. It's quite an intense and very extensive anomaly, and we were really surprised that WMC had actually only drilled basically a handful of drill holes into it to shallow depths. So it's basically untested.
Well, as a Kalgoorlie boy, I can tell you that if there turns out to be something there, it wouldn't be the first time Western Mining left something behind. When do you plan to drill it? When are you going to get a rig on site?
So the tenement's in application now, and it should be granted sometime in probably towards the end of the first quarter next year. As I said, it's drill ready, so by quarter two, we're going to go up there and give it a good shake straight away.
Mike Jones from Impact Minerals, thanks very much for joining me on 6PR today. And just remember, Bulls and Bears is only here to give you information, not advice, which you should, of course, seek independently. I'm Matt Burney. Thanks for listening to Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page at 6pr.com.au and click the Public Companies tab.